Hi there guys, welcome to Boxbread, thank you for tuning in. I just want to briefly go over this fight that's happening this weekend. It's Marco Huck going up against Mirko Larghetti. Now it's for the WBO Cruiserweight title, which Huck currently owns. And I think this could be a good scrap, because both of these guys like to mix it up. Both of these guys have a decent amount of power. But what I think it comes down to really is going to be experience. I think that Huck will end up having a bit too much in his tank for Larghetti, and I just think the Italian will either he'll blow up late and he'll get stopped later into the fight, or mid to late, or it will go in Huck's favour by decision. I don't. To be honest, I don't know that much about Larghetti. I've seen very limited footage of him. Seems to have a decent jab. In all fairness, maybe a similar type of fighter to Huck. But like I said, I don't know enough about the guy. But he hasn't fought at the level of opposition that Huck has. We know Huck has, he's experienced now. He has, even though he's the younger guy here as well, Huck, he does have an extensive, pretty extensive resume. He's locked down in this cruiserweight division, and it's tough to see with the guys that Huck's beaten how this guy Larghetti will come out on top here without fighting out of his skin and causing a bit of an upset. I think obviously Larghetti's unbeaten, and that's where the attraction is in this fight, and also he has some power. The slight concern for me with Larghetti is, apart from his sort of lack of opposition on Huck's level, is that he's only had 3 scheduled 12-rounders, as far as I know, in his career. And granted, a couple of those I think he stopped around midway. He stopped the fight, and that's where credit's due. But it does give you, the concern that should this fight, which it probably would, Huck's not a guy that's the type of guy that rolls over. If he wants, this fight's probably going to go, if Larghetti is successful, it's probably going to go quite far into the fight, and possibly for the full 12 rounds. And against a guy like Huck, who is really good at toughing it out and sticking in there with you, and really coming on late in later rounds, making it difficult, that's when he's really going to get tested, and he doesn't really have the track record to suggest that he's going to be able to hang around and keep up with the pace that Huck sets. Because once you get into a battle with Marco Huck, you're really in for it. He's had some really good wars, and all in all, I thought I'd bring a little bit of attention to this fight because it's pretty much the only notable fight I think that's happening this weekend, and it could be, if Larghetti turns up and is if he represents his unbeaten record well, we could have a pretty good dust up on our hands. So I would recommend tuning in, because it could be an exciting fight. But I'm picking Marco Huck by either mid to late stoppage or to take the decision. Obviously with limited knowledge about his opponent, that's what I'm going for. But yeah, enjoy the fight, guys, and enjoy Huck back in the ring.